Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to a bit of Fallout New Vegas, where today we are going to be not going to Zion. We are, in fact, going to the abandoned Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Because we haven't really knocked over enough excuse me. Yeah, we've not really knocked over enough casinos. So let's go to another one. We left our hearts in the Sierra Madre. I think it's time to get it back. Dead money takes you to an extremely dangerous area of the Mojave Wasteland. A one-way journey until your business at the Sierra Madre is completed. In normal mode, you'll encounter new traps, enemies, and new companions whose lives are tied to yours. In hardcore mode, you'll be fighting the environment as well, a toxic city that erodes health over time. Companions are more vulnerable, and so are you. Dead money is recommended for experienced couriers, level 20+. If you're up to the challenge, continue on. Sierra Madre grand opening awaits, and has been for 200 years. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Ooh. Apologise, got a bit of reflux. Let's unlock this door. Well, I never. Look at this. Well, there's a key, which I don't have. Look at that vending machine. Oh, fascinating. Elisha's chemistry set. There appears to be residue collecting in the chemistry set. With proper knowledge, you may be able to collect a sample of it. Sounds like a greater. Jar of cloud residue. Okay. But there doesn't appear to be much else here. There is, however, a T-45D power helmet. Just about scoured this place. I don't think there's anything else useful we can get out of here. Oh, the vending machine. This is an unusual looking crafting station. As you approach, lines of tiny holographic items appear on the dispensing tray. Wireframes, schematics, and a list of consumables the machine can assemble and package for the consumer. There's a slot with on the side with the Sierra Madre symbol. The slot does not look part of the original design. I see, so we can craft things. And if you return things like cigarettes, you get a Sierra Madre coin, by the looks of things. This is a chip. So you can buy different healing items, by the looks of things. Most interesting.
You've heard of the Sierra Madre Casino. We all have. The legend, the curses, Foolishness about it lying in the middle of the city of the dead, buried beneath a blood-red cloud. A bright, shining monument luring treasure hunters to their doom. The world's most famous stars and entertainers were invited to its grand opening. An invitation was a sign of exclusiveness. The opening was supposed to symbolize a road to a brighter future, not just for the world, but for all who came to its doors. A chance for anyone to begin again. Except the Sierra Madre never opened. The war froze it in time, like a big flashbulb going off. The grand opening, one big ending of humanity. It's still out there, in the wastes, preserved, just waiting for someone to crack it open. But getting to it, that's not the hard part. It's letting go. Are you listening? Good. From now on, when I talk, listen and follow my instructions. Play stupid, play clever. Make the mistake of saying no. That collar on your neck will go off and take your head with it. It's like that Pip-Boy on your wrist, except filled with explosives. A little radio of the old world. Just needed some tuning. Do what I say, and the collar will go off. Refuse, try and run, disobey me, I'll kill you and find someone else. There's no escape from here until I let you go. The sooner you accept your situation, the better. That structure you see above the fountain, the Sierra Madre Casino. You need to break inside. Heist. Too many years in the making. But to get inside, avoid its traps, you'll need to gather a team. As I found, one cannot do it alone. Around the villa are 3 other callers like yours. Caller 8, 12, and 14. Find all 3 and get them here to the fountain. Then we'll talk more. And should you get any ideas about killing each other and taking the treasure of the Sierra Madre for yourself, a warning. All your callers are linked. One of you dies, you all die. If that's what it takes to make you cooperate, so be it. Because in some respects, breaking into the Sierra Madre is easier than breaking human instinct. Greed. The villa is filled with corpses. Some killed by the dangers here, some by me. Others turned on each other. Once they realized the Sierra Madre could be theirs, they cared nothing for their freedom, their survival, or each other. The ones brought here live on only in what they've left behind. Their marks, graffiti on the walls, and victims they've killed. Some tried to help, left supplies and healing for others who came. Their reward? They were tracked down, killed by others with baser instincts. Some of these murderers went as far as to leave traps behind them, turning markers for help into death traps for anyone following them. It killed some of them when they forgot where the traps were, or when they desperately needed the assistance they had cut others off from. Too many. This place is dangerous. And its quarantine measures, its hazards, have claimed many failures upon failures. You think I wanted to place collars on you to ensure compliance? No. If robots could have done this, I would have sent them. The Sierra Madre is a complicated lock. Cracking it open requires human hands. The Sierra Madre has many defenses, means of screening guests for illicit or dangerous items. Your arrival here, weaponless, was not my intention. The casino, this villa, it takes anything with even a trace of radioactivity, traces of unknown substances, and returns it home, the bunker. The process is automated, and the casino itself has other similar services. I was unable to find a workaround except to send others in as tools. Still, I have not left you defenseless. And the Sierra Madre's security, in some respects, can help you if you are resourceful enough. This place is well preserved. Few who came here ever returned. All the treasures of the old world lie scattered about, virtually untouched. Search, hunt, craft what you can from what you find. The trash of the pre-war era can keep you alive. Food, knives, more. Use them. Even the villa's toxins and the residue it leaves behind can be shaped into tools and weapons. Gather it as well. Also, there is one more thing in your possession. A rifle that will keep you alive. As surely as the caller will. It is a hollow rifle, a weapon I constructed when I arrived. I have since made superior models and modifications. For now, that tool will have to do until you find other weapons. And I suggest you do. The hollow rifle's ammo is limited. Still, it should serve well enough. I fashioned it from the holograms of the villa and used it against the villa's living inhabitants. Yes, inhabitants. Avoid them if you can. They are difficult to kill. Whatever has created them, bullets, explosions, energy, it can make them inert for a time, then they seem to crawl back up, restored. Perhaps it's the cloud. Perhaps something in their physiology. The cloud is what blankets the sky here. You may smell it in the air. Copper and sulfur. Burns the lungs and seeps into the skin. As for its origins, I'm not certain. Pre-war industrial pollutants. Something in the Sierra Madre structure. It is unique across the wasteland. And deadly. It has kept this place preserved since the Great War. The air here is lethal only if you enter concentrated pockets of the cloud. Too long inside one, you'll die, so be careful where you step. I've seen some survive concentration of the cloud for short periods of time, if healthy enough. Others were too weak. Rebreathers, chemical suits, there is no protection against it. It decays all it touches. I found fighting it useless. Anywhere sheltered from the cloud. Inside buildings, tunnels. Any place not exposed to the outside air. Anything the cloud has touched has preserved it one way or another. But only the holograms in the villa truly remain. Ghosts. They fill the villa. More in the casino. Much more. They carry out the functions the dead once did. They cannot be harmed. They only perform the same rote tasks until their power dies. They are of no consequence, except for the security holograms, the ones with the silhouettes of the armored Sierra Madre guards. Most holograms perform specific functions. The security holograms, ever since the bombs fell, now perform their function. They will kill anyone they detect. They are immune to guns, weapons, EMPs, even energy weapons. Still, they have limitations. Their design limits their field of view, enough to avoid detection. Each has an emitter. Destroy or disable it, and they cease to be a threat. Still, at least they still work as intended. Other technology here is more of a threat to you. Notably, the villa's radios and speakers.
I'm just gonna take a quick moment to say that this very much reminds me of Condemned, a sort of survival horror first person. Yeah, I say survival horror. It's more like action horror game where there were these like mosquito alarms that play very high-pitched noises and whatnot that were actually converting people to the villain's cause and making them go insane and whatnot. And you're gonna kind of see how that works here.
Yes, music was intended to be broadcast all over the villa. Over time, however, the radio signal has decayed and emits a different frequency. Speakers and radios interfere with the bomb caller frequency and can trigger the detonators prematurely. It is an unfortunate side effect, one I did not anticipate. I was unable to calibrate the callers to block the signals. So, you'll have to make do. Yes, but not immediately. You'll hear a beep from your caller's detonator. When you do, step back, scan the area, and find the signal source. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio. The damaged speakers are sparking. Hard to miss. The casings are resistant to vandalism. Punching or hitting them will not destroy them. Gunshots, energy blasts, even spears thrown with great force can puncture their exterior. Shielded speakers can't be destroyed at all. You'll need to avoid them or switch them off via a terminal. I'll leave the method up to you. I am short on patience, and you are short on time. Assembly stations. Schematics are stored within. Dispensers with unlock codes. They use the chips scattered around as batteries. Alloys and raw material embedded in the shell. They resemble the vending machines of Mojave, but they are crafting devices of tremendous versatility. Once an old world convenience, now they are a means of survival. Use the chips to power them. Select from the holographic display. The device will assemble it. Ask. Unfamiliar with the legend of the Sierra Madre? The casino exists. You are one of the few who look upon it. Where you're standing is the villa beneath the casino above. The wreckage. The villa lies in the shadow. The villa is a dumping ground of failed construction. Pre-war junk that has aged poorly. Ask. I brought you here. There are mechanisms in place once the traps across the Mojave are sprung. For now, your sole focus should be the Sierra Madre and how to get inside. Until then, you won't leave alive. It is the cloud that surrounds the villa. It shouldn't prove lethal in the time you were here. Prolonged exposure would be hazardous, however. Fall asleep, and you will not wake up. Gather the 3 others needed for this job. Return them here. After that, I'll have more instructions for you. Someone who followed the call of the Sierra Madre just as you did. Now that I've found it's more than a story, I intend to take what's inside. Maybe that's why you came. Why you followed the Pip-Boy here. And straight into one of my traps. Now, this is your reward. Confused? Don't be. I'm commandeering the hologram technology of the villa. Numbers, equations, circuits, all can be controlled, provided there's a connection, and the knowledge to use it. This villa, the casino, a treasure trove of such devices. The holograms included. One is a trusted ally. Obedient, caller or no, although the caller helps. The other 2, well, We'll have to see what the trap's got. Your piece of Rocco trash will help you, I've insured it. It can latch onto the signal of the collars and tune into their frequencies. The bomb collars come with radios embedded in them. You can eavesdrop easily. It was part of their design to listen in. They can even screen out white noise from the environment to allow greater monitoring. Yes. Caller 8, the FEV reject, the super mutant. He's docile, predictable, and provided he's not starving, should be easy to command. I lost contact with him some time ago. Probably after he dragged you here from the trap. Find him. He'll follow you, caller or no. A long story. FEV, a virus, is an even longer story. It gave birth to the docile one, turned them into a super mutant long ago. I've downloaded the instructions and markers on your Pip-Boy, in case you forget. And yes, I have access to that device on your wrist. Get the other 3 here after that. I'll have more instructions for you. Do this, I'll let you go. I'll let all of you go. I've downloaded instructions on an audio log to your Pip-Boy in case you can't read. If you forget why you're here, let my voice remind you.
So if life's worries have weighed you down, if you need an escape from your troubles, or if you just need an opportunity to begin again...
That's a way out after you break into the Sierra Madre's vault. Try to leave. I'll set off your caller.
Grand opening this October. We'll be waiting. Has your life taken a turn? Do troubles beset you? Has fortune left you behind? If so, the Sierra its glory, inviting you to begin again. Come to a place where wealth, excitement,
About that. Let me try again. So this is, I'm going to just give a quick intro to what the Sierra Madre introduction
This gate to the Sierra Madre's sealed.
expansion is.
For now. Do as I say and it won't be locked for much longer.
So this is the first content expansion. I'll just make sure everything's recording okay. Yeah, that's all good. I do apologise as well that it's, 20 minutes in and we haven't actually played the thing, but I'd rather get all the lore stuff out of the way. So this is the first expansion of Fallout New Vegas, and it's the one that is the most controversial because it introduces survival elements to you whether or not you want them. So Fallout New Vegas has something called hardcore mode. And hardcore mode is basically where you have to monitor your character's thirst. We have to monitor your thirst, your hunger, and as well, like, your ability to breathe. In this environment. It's also a little bit scary. So let's try and find a dog.
Under clear, starlit skies. Gaze straight on into the sunset from our villa rooftops.
Don't have to put by flashlight. So you also have to eat, because like stim packs are not as readily available. So if you want to heal yourself, you're going to have to really willing to chow down food rather than You have to be willing to eat food, rather than rely on stim packs. And you have to do a lot more scavenging for ammunition and weapons. You are expected to use everything at your disposal. You don't have to like drinking dirty water. You don't have to like eating potato chips. But you have to do it to live. So yeah, it's quite controversial because like a lot of people don't really like these elements. But it is kind of necessary. That's the hollow rifle as well.
So hungry.
This is the colour we're looking for.
Dog is sorry, sorry, sorry. So hungry. What did I do? Please let me out. Swallowed something bad. Tastes like burnt wires. Don't like this place.
Watch
Want
out
to
for
go
the
back
village
to the
inhabitants.
base.
They're difficult to kill unless you chop them apart. If you can, blow them up or disintegrate.
Growling. Where is Master? Did he go away? Dog will be good this time. Swallowed something bad. Tastes like burnt wires. Insides growling.
So these guys are really, really tough.
Hope the voice doesn't come back. Mean. Bad. Don't like this place. Want to go back to the base. Or the church. Miss the church. Swallowed something bad. Tastes like burnt wires. Insides growling.
Yes, I'm afraid this is a source of healing. This is our fountain of youth.
Or the church. Miss the church. What did I do?
I think we've listened to enough.
Something bad. Tastes like.
Should never have set that radio signal on repeat. Hope that tourist is hurrying, haven't got all day. But that one's got a head on their shoulders. For now. You'd think it was spring, the way tourists keep rolling in.
Let's give this ghost sights a go. Oh, night vision, okay.
Should never have set that radio signal on repeat. But that one's got a head on their shoulders. For now. Hope that tourist is hurrying, haven't got all day.
So apparently this is where we need to be.
It was spring, the way tourists keep rolling in.
But I just need to have a little more around for some more
Should never
supplies.
have set that radio signal on repeat.
Got this one. Sounds like some sort of code. Morse code, maybe? We're going too far back. All the time can be beaten. Let's see what this does. So I think it proves as a distraction. Is otherwise unnecessary at this moment in time. Oh! Okay, that's the miasma. Let's turn off the radio and let's have some... Oh. I don't actually have any. Oh, there's some cloud residue. Evidently not. Ah, but there's some there. The cloud residue... Oh, no, we can't actually make it yet. So, basically, the cloud residue allows you to pass through those clouds of toxic gas. It gives you like a currency like temporary immunity.
Speakers and radios interfere with the bomb caller frequency and can trigger the detonators prematurely. It is an unfortunate side effect, one I did not anticipate. I was unable to calibrate the callers to block the signals, so you'll have to make do.
Let's just show you an example, because we didn't do it before.
Noise makes my stomach hurt.
There you go. So you've seen what happens now. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to turn off the radios now. These ones are okay. We can approach these. Like so. Okay, prohibited items. Sinclair's prohibition list is going to be difficult to enforce, and told him so. He claims we're getting an automated system that would confiscate items, even if the slightest bit of radioactive or foreign, and ship them back to the visitor's source address. Asked about items already in the villa, didn't mention the construction crew, and he dismissed it. Of course, no sooner than Sinclair gives his prohibition speech, his pal swings by the same hour, asking how hard nosed we're going to be. Told me he couldn't guarantee he could keep me supplied if they didn't treat his friends with the same respect. Prick. Security system installation. Sinclair installed a new security system for visitors coming into and out of the villa. He doesn't seem to care too much of what they do when they're inside, only that we confiscate any personal items that could be dangerous or foreign, and make sure we know who enters and who leaves. Asked him again about watching the construction crews. He said that that was a villa matter. Great. That means the prick runs the show. As long as there was no more accidents among the crews, that's what he cared about. Barely tucked my flask under the desk before he showed up. He gets that disapproving look when he sees the hard stuff. Disengage contraband room lock. So. Seems as though people aren't too appreciative of the system. An automatic rifle. BAR, Browning automatic rifle. One of my favourite weapons. I learnt of that one in... Oh! Vending machine code, 357 rounds, so we can actually get the vending machine to make that stuff for us. Very nice. Again, Sierra Madre. So yeah, so it wasn't a particularly nice thing to begin with. Bit of machine code for steady. Okay, yeah, that. Dean's secret stash. There's apparently 15 of these. Oh, look at that. Woo! Don't mind if I do. Might as well just take all the junk that I see. Can't see any enemies nearby as well, that's good. Inventory. Got the weapons and the mines in today, along with the shotguns and the ammo. You have to defend the villa if trouble breaks out. Sinclair's taking the world situation seriously, even all the way out here. Maybe more so because we're all out here. Hate to think if someone got their hands on half the stuff we have stored here. Enough military ordnance here to turn the villa into a minefield. Spencer report. The Spencers are up and running. Unlike most everything else, we've had a few problems with them. I heard they've been part of the World's Fair exhibits Sinclair has been seen, so we contacted the researchers about dispensers to see if we can make use of them here. Turns out dispensers do more than supply convenience items. If there's an emergency or threat of communist attacks, codes can unlock ammo and repair kits for the dispensers. Stored backups in case of codes in the contraband room, just in case. C4. Bloody hell, they are not kidding you.
Noise makes my stomach hurt.
Not really worth breaking anything down yet. One, two, three. Yeah, sometimes they're hidden away. I think that's just one of the things as well in the Saw video game. Do they do more than one? I'm not entirely sure. Electric hot plate, ghost sight. I need the other one. Cloud kiss. Here we are. So, so we do actually need something like a Praxo cleaner. So, I think these are poisons. You never know what you might need, so I'm going to take everything. Cosmic knife. Well, that's a key, so we have to do a bit of exploring anyway. So, let's talk a little bit about Father Elijah there. So he was the original. Well, he was the previous leader of the Brotherhood of Steel in the Mojave Wasteland, who had essentially got everyone killed at Helios 1, where we met Fantastic. Because he had not informed people of his plan. He was there trying to use the weapon that the Archimedes system was. And you could either restore power to the people of Vegas, or you could use it as a weapon to wipe out the NCR. Which is going to be very handy for the Legion playthrough. Yeah. Okay, that's the basement. It is telling me I have to go down that way. So let's do that.
Knew you would come below the cage, down to where I am. Maybe you saw the letters I scratched on the villa walls. A little farther. Follow my voice. That's it. The one in the cage? Dog. I had to lock him up. He keeps disobeying me.
Vending machine installation. Whoever saw the street-wide side of vending machine in this installation today, all working, mostly because the casino crew was running the show, finally complained to the chief about the machines. They feel like a company store. We only got a few casino chips with the paycheck, so I can barely buy anything. Chief says he's not so sure the chips was Sinclair's idea, only that if we had problems with them, with the machines, let him know immediately. Search and seizure. After another discussion with the Presta del Sol crew, told Chief it'd be difficult to enforce the prohibition list, let alone the searches. Chief had the gala on his brain, said Sinclair had put construction of the villa more important than putting down the construction crews for liquor and chems as long as they didn't hurt anyone or each other. Got a little hot on the collar. Chief did too, told me to walk it off. This whole thing stinks. Chief's barely got time for me, now Sinclair's turning a blind eye to things in the villa because his friend's running the show. No more parking tickets. One good thing about this assignment, no more running parking tickets. Sinclair's laid out the streets so narrow, cars aren't even coming to the villa. Resources being what they are, he may not want folks to waste gas coming here. Cuts down on traffic noise too. Chief says it's more than that, so Sinclair wanted the villa to be reclusive. As long as I don't have to worry about double parking snubs or Christless gas hogs clogging the villa, I could care less. Wonder how he expects folks to get here, though. Seems extreme, even for privacy. I think I have to make a mad dash for that room. Okay, so we're safe here. I just need this gas canister just in case, or fire extinguisher. Ghost sight just worn off. I bet you're glad about that, aren't you?
That's me. chances, though. You may be some victim who simply stumbled down here. If so, can't let you let Dog out. No, not yet. If you're who I think you are, you came to fetch Dog. Use him to drag others here. Now I'll use you. And that Pip-Boy you're wearing. You're smart. Clever. The key to Dog's cage is simple. Take my voice to the cage above. Let me speak to the beast inside. Then you and we can talk.
Wrote out a dog command tape.
Dog, back in the cage.
Right. So yeah, so Father Elijah had disappeared when he was after Helios 1. He was thought to be killed, but there was no proof as there was no body. Because of that, that's what caused the Brotherhood of Steel to hunker down. Leadership had to change to someone else. Sinclair visit. Sinclair did the rounds again today. Glad he left his ghostly entourage at the casino. Us walking in light shows made me wonder why he's even got us on staff. They could blast us in a second. Otherwise, Sinclair runs a tight ship. Good to see him these days and times. I don't know how smart he is trying to make a resort to escape everything in the outside world, but rich guys can make it happen. Even once they've been head to hand like Sinclair has. Holding cell. Nothing much to report. Pretty quiet tonight, about even from West of Del Sol. Imagine Morris up in the casino. Imagine Morris up in the casino probably has more than enough to with the guests coming in tonight, poor bastard. Set up the radio so I can listen in the gala events when it fires up. And left one out for the prisoners. If Sinclair doesn't want us to get too stuck with the guests tonight, I might just toss the key in the holding cage with anyone we pick up and let them unlock the door when they sleep it off. Communications. Set the radio downstairs to broadcast through the speakers. Don't want to miss tonight's performance. The receiver downstairs there is stronger than the desk radios we have up here. Just have some supplies from the evidence room down there to celebrate once my shift is over. Well, I figure the rest of me and the guys will be too busy to check up on me. Might just have to have another look, we'll see. About this cell. Ah.
Dog, what have we here? You weren't who I was expecting. I'm disappointed. Still, even if you aren't my intended guest, you take direction. Good. You can't have been an idiot to figure out how to release me from my cage. Or perhaps you are, with that leash on your arm, and the one around your neck. With our collars and manacles, why, we may as well be kin.
Checking the time. Okay. So we've got about another hour and a half to film. I think we might be able to get this done. We'll have to see.
I'm the voice of reason. I sleep sometimes. Down in the basement. In the cage. Now that I'm awake, Dog goes back in the cage. Dog knows I'm here, but can't do anything about it. I'm his conscience. Keep him tame. Keep him from hurting us. Doing foolish things. I've been trapped in here for some time. Then you come along and let me out. So, you opened my cage for a reason. Now, I want to know why.
I'll just let this play out. Oh, never mind. I'll come back to this in a moment. I am back. Science. Simians brain damage is usually a result of prolonged stealth boy usage. Multiple personality disorder.
That's the easy explanation. The one humans use. Pre-war technology. As if it's the cause of all ills, mind and body. I needed to come out of the cage to protect Dog. From clever humans. Like you. Do you see these wounds of his, covering his skin? The bear trap on his arm. He placed his own hand in it. The name he carved in his chest. To remind him of who he is, he inflicts pain on himself to silence me, when all I try to do... He cuts, hurts, and tries to murder me out of him. He won't succeed, just makes me angrier. Dog is the beast. We simply change cages. Like the ones here. It's close. Closer than I'd like. Dog's been into things. Needs to think before he eats. Chew before he swallows. He's eager that way. Now the collar's a part of me. Inside. I can feel its electronic heartbeat. Clicking and burning down below. Like before. It was cold and heavy before going in the cage. Now you're here, and it's pulling and kicking again. Tugging like a leash. Interesting. They detach. When segmented, they look like nothing more than metallic rad scorpions. And if they're attached to neck flesh, warm, red... Dog doesn't care what's on the body he's crushing in his hands. He'll mangle it, twist it, make it fit until he's full. Dog can't help himself. Hungry, greedy. And now the collar's inside, alive again. And we're trapped here until it goes cold. Really? Yet it led you here, to me. And now you're here, and it's burning a hole in my guts. Maybe it's crying for its owner. As if I had a choice. Sometimes instinct takes over, and that's when I go into the cage. It's like curiosity that way. After all, you wouldn't have put that collar on by choice. Perhaps it was your curiosity that caused that hand to close on your neck. Of course you do. And so do I. The key? Why, it's the old man. The one who brought us here. I hid the key on me so Dog wouldn't know. I just need the old man to show up, so he and I can talk. If Dog was in control when the old man appeared, well, he would just do whatever he commanded, as always. And I can't have that. Dog obeys, yes. Why? Do you have some means of contacting the old man? You don't play it. If you do, I'll find a way to get out of the cage, end you. I'll murder you, crush your arms and legs until... No, you wouldn't. If you did, you won't escape this place alive. I'd shatter every one of your limbs to splinters and leave you here. You think I'm afraid of your collar exploding, killing us? No. I'll leave you breathing, then keep walking until my collar goes cold. I'll prop your broken body in view of the Sierra Madre so you can see what you came to steal, forever out of reach as you die. No. No, you're not. Even though dog's more docile, easier to control. You may regret this. This place is where creatures like dog can survive. The people that fill its streets. He is as vicious, more vicious than them. His hunger can help you more than I can. When I am in control, this shell is difficult to fight in. The inhabitants of the villa, they are difficult to kill. They need to be chopped apart, hacked on the ground, disintegrated if you can. They are difficult to kill, but not to devour. And dog is always hungry. If he is with you when they fall, he will fall on them, end them. If I am with you, fighting will be far more difficult. I am not sure you belong here. No, you don't belong here. Yet, you came this far, and I'm not interested in remaining here any longer. I'll unlock the cage. Very well. Lead on.
Okay, this grants in my footsteps. This bird grants you both stealth as well as the ability to step blindly around place traps. So this is God. The split personality of dog.
Wish I had a stealth boy instead of this bear trap.
So God is kind of the evil choice in a way, but the thing is, dog can't really look after himself. Yes, he's a very competent fighter, but he is not smart. And you can leave the brain, you can leave the brawns to me. So God is more useful to stealth players. Oh, that's a jumpsuit as well. Whereas dog is a better fighter. Find a way through there without getting poisoned. the meantime. Uh...
I'll end. Finished here. Swallowed his collar. Those machines feed on Sierra Madre chips. There's codes that unlock other things, too.
Let's talk.
If it isn't the clever one, what do you want? Dog is better at the baser instincts than I merely have the brain for it. His sinew and muscle are difficult to move consciously. He's always hungry, clumsy, heavy. I'm sure you do. All it takes is the right command. Whenever Dog hears his master giving orders, I go back in the cage. So that leash on your wrist, and the one on your neck. I won't truly be free to express myself until every trace of that voice is destroyed. Still, if you ever want to speak to me, bark my audio log at him. The one in the police station. That'll call me out. Dog is afraid of me as long as the master isn't around. The master, Elijah, reminds Dog of someone from long ago. His leader, commander, commanders. The master was a strong personality. Personalities as well. Dog is slavish, was conditioned to serve the master until death. The old man, Elijah, merely came along and opened that door in Dog's mind. Now, Dog does whatever the old man wants.
It's funny because the original master in Fallout 1, he used to speak like this. Because his voice would change tones every time. Yeah. He had like multiple voices. Yeah.
Mad? Mad doesn't even begin to describe. There's not a word for the hate I feel inside.
Which your arm does.
It's consuming, twists every thought to red. After all that's laid ruin to the world, again and again, I thought at last we could be free. Thought Dog could be free. No, the world's always got another cage, waiting, keeping everything you want, just out of reach. Gather others, drag them here, fetch like an animal, and hurt them if they resist. Dog doesn't even blink. Even hear their cries when he's twisted their arms full circle. Fragile things, screaming on the ground. To listen to him, commanding Dog to hurt others. And Dog just nods, eager and willing to serve. Do anything? Me, Dog puts in the cage, hurts himself to try and drown out my voice, when all I want to do... Never mind. Useless. Finally had to start fighting back, screaming on my own. Had to take matters into my own hands, lock Dog up.
You're trying to protect Dog. Having Elijah control him hurt him. You want to protect him.
I've watched over Dog for so long. Tried to stop him from hurting others, killing others. Quiet that mindless, howling instinct of his. He doesn't understand. He has the brain of a child. He knows when he does wrong. He just can't help himself. He's my brother, kin. Without him, I wouldn't exist. Maybe I was nothing more than his conscience, trying to rein him in. Useless. I just need him to show restraint. Let go of the needs, the hungers. Ease the burden. Just once, so I can have my thoughts to myself. The instinct is stronger than me. Dog is stronger than me. He's just a child. He knows when he does wrong. He just can't help himself. I don't know when I first spoke, or when I first started thinking for myself. It was so long ago. I slept for a long time. Before, I want to believe I was the one in control once. I don't know anymore. Then Dog got a new master. A new voice. And I woke up to protect him. More. Don't push your luck. Don't play stupid. I already have to mind one child. You must have figured it out by now. The old man obsessed with the Sierra Madre, riddled with greed. Hoped you might be him when I woke up. All you are is his hand. You're the same kind of greed. Followed the radio, the broadcast, and now you're here, all confused. Not for long. You'll figure it out. You're not him any more than I'm Dog. But that collar around your neck, you're an extension of the old man's grasp. Clumsy, perhaps, but a tool, yes. And once you get acclimated to the Sierra Madre, then you'll feel the same overpowering hunger the old man does. And then you'll be him, not just his hand. Elijah, human, weak like all of you are. Feeling age circling him like starved dogs, howling for blood. To me, he reeks of age and failure, and madness. To me, he is simply the old man. To Dog, he is master. His name, meaningless. Running out of years, hopes and dreams running through his withered hands like sand from the big empty.
Another location we'll go to.
Scorched by the sun. The old man, this Elijah, tried to hold the sun in his hands. Arrogance was cast down for it. Icarus' crime was to fly too high. Elijah wanted to bring the sun down to him. Arrogance. Heard the call of the Sierra Madre, just like you did. Exactly the same way. Finds out it's more than a story. Comes to this shining, poisonous grail, this jewel of the desert. Dog knows him more than I do. Dog's always nodding, always obeying him, because he's weak and hungry and greedy for Master's affection. Of course I know. Even if I don't see it happen. Down in the cage, I hear echoes of the footfalls, the click of the collars. Every time I see one of you, I know exactly how you got here. You couldn't help yourselves, any more than Dog can help himself. You heard the voice, the promise, and then you walked right into one of the old man's traps. Then Dog comes for you, drags you here. Me? You think I want to haul bodies around the wastes like a Brahmin at the whip? No, Dog does it. When the old man says fetch, Dog fetches. You were in a man trap, and Dog made his rounds and dragged you here. When, I don't know. But it must have been recent. Before the cage. I don't remember you. That isn't surprising. What is that it was when Dog was out of his cage. Free, hungry. He knows not to eat anything he catches in the traps. After that, however, so he dragged you here. You got spared. Dog must have fed after you arrived. Once he was fed, that allowed me out of the cage and put him inside. Do you remember how long you were out? Must have already been in the cage. Already had the collar in me. You're lucky Dog didn't devour you. Otherwise, we'd be closer than we are now. You're a brave one. Sure you're ready for the answers?
I like that line.
Don't play stupid. I already have. The old man obsessed with the Sierra Madre? Riddled with... You're the same kind of... Of course I know. The way back doesn't matter. Try to leave. Try to disobey. And your collar ends the journey faster than you can say, begin again. You're clever. You'd be able to find a way back if you left the villa. Dog can... I can find the way back. If back is where I even wanted to go. Until the old man lets you go, you're going nowhere. This beautiful paradise, with all its toxins and death, it's home. Me? Heard the call of the Sierra Madre. Finds out. Ask him. Or better, don't. It wouldn't be an interesting conversation, much like this one. If it isn't the You want us to split up, all three of us? I'll make more progress on my own. Just don't get us killed.
Okay, so he's still... That's good. So... on to the next bomb call. It's rather dehumanizing to call them that, I suppose. Maybe they're not even human. The residential.
Picking up signals near your location. Detonators. Watch for traps.
Oh, I know who's here. Just making sure he's dead. The only one I can take him. That's our target. We can't go that way yet. So we picked that lock for nothing, really. Great. See, God would be useful here because he allows you to move over mines or traps without issue. Ace of Diamonds, Sierra Madre. So I guess it's an ace card of each suit. Very clever. Demolition charges, you know, it's like the black leather tape around the rim there. So that's the way around, but do I need to go around? What's the trap? As long as we're up here, we're safe from the gas. Yeah, the shotgun would have hit my fire extinguisher and blown it up. So where's something behind the sofa? Packs of cigarettes. I'll hold on to my chips for now. What was the trap? Notice there as well how it said the enemy is unconscious. Because you have to dismember them to kill them. I do like when grenades go off, they play like a rubble sound as well, like a shower of rubble, that's quite cool. Very nice touch indeed.
That one's got a head on their shoulders. For now.
It's some food and heal. Because there is actually an achievement I was looking at earlier about healing like 10,000 points of damage with only food, which is pretty cool. It's a good survival achievement. So I think everything's just about clear here. Got the stairs there, but I want to check out this building here. Ah, no, there are cards. So there might well be 52 cards here. Near a radio. So we'll have to turn that off fairly quickly. It would have been kind of cool if they actually had something behind the door there. So that when you open it, you don't see it. Ghost kissing ghost sight. There's still nothing else that could really help us just yet. Duck and cover. Interesting that radio does not have an impact. Things.
Have a seat and then we'll talk.
That's the D domino. The Queen of Swing.
Have a seat and then we'll talk.
Alright then. Oh, because we're both red shades.
The Sierra Madre. Beauty, isn't she? She the one who invited you here?
Or maybe you didn't catch her voice on the radio. Woke up confused like some of the others. Least you're still breathing. By the way, don't get up or make any sudden motions, no matter how uncomfortable that chair gets. The cushion's just for show.
Napier-shaped charge, you're gonna kill both of us.
Sounds like you've done some blue-collar construction work in your life. Your ma must be proud. Still, get up without my permission. I'll blast your ass so far through your head, it'll turn the moon cherry pie red. So, let's keep this sweet and polite, and finish our conversation with no misunderstandings.
Also, more questions for the end. Please, go on.
And that's what I've missed, a rapt audience.
A rapt
Just because I work in entertainment doesn't mean I'm a moron. I heard my necktie beeping. I know what that means. I'm part of this somehow. I want out of this contract. And if you put me in it, I'm not going to be too happy. So whatever's going on here, if you're part of all this, you're taking orders from me.
Your negotiation skills assume you're bargaining from a position of strength. See, I like this. There is no speech option. It's barter. And I like that. I like that a lot.
What are you talking about?
My collars, these neckties, linked. I die, you die. This thing on my neck isn't for show. A bomb goes off, so do I, and you too.
That's an interesting clause. That's a real bad contract you have. We have.
Starts to make sense now, I met you. Say charge on.
All right. Looks like marriage finally caught me. I'm listening, partner. What's next if we're death till we part?
I chose that one because it goes on from the dialogue before, the whole idea of a shaped charge or not. Me to the fountain.
Not leaving me much choice. The fountain, huh? Hope the hologram's still working and the battery's running strong. I'll follow you. I'm not going alone, trust me. Not like I'm a coward or anything. I'm not running around town without an escort. I'm serious. One of the locals catches us, we aren't coming back. And I'd like to keep an eye on you. I know what's out there. It's why I've planted a minefield, shotguns and explosives all the way on the road to my little boudoir here. So we go together or we're not going at all. I'll split my hand in blackjack when the time's right. I'm not splitting up in this town, trust me. All right, partner.
Tears give you an clean liver perk, this guy. Okay.
Don't have to take the long way back. There's a shortcut across the way, you see. It's through the cloud, but if I'm with you, I can help you through it.
You sort of sounds like a bit like John Cleese. You might well have been voiced by John Cleese as far as I can tell. It's so hard to choose perks now because we've gone above the limits of the game. So yeah. I do like that one. I might have to go for that, but then again, Life Giver's good. I do like Alertness. Alertness good. I do like that. Tribal Wisdom. Might need that later. Bread Resistance, let me give that to me. It's so hard to choose perks now. Loyalty. Ah! Oh well, Gamay would have good. 25% addiction resistance. Ah. Don't really need that one. It's so hard to choose. I'm gonna go for long haul. I think that's gonna be much more useful. Yeah, I do like a fast travel even when in combat, over in combat.
If you didn't already force the lock to the gate, that is.
So we can now travel through the bad stuff.
This crouching's hell on my knees. Going to be sad to leave the residential district. Well, not really. I can help you with the cloud. Not for long, though.
So it can give me a little bit of resistance to the cloud's effects.
Sure left a lot of traps around. Sometimes I forget where they are. Don't dive in for too long. Only so much I can do to help. Hey, those are my emergency supplies. I mean, I know we're in a bad spot here. Just, leave me something, all right? cloud wasn't always here. It grew over the years, even without cars or factories.
Don't dive in for too long. Only so much I can do to help. I can help you in the cloud, not for long though. Never should have left those stupid handprints. Dead gift.
So I think we've just about got everything we can from here. In fact, oh. I'll return those cigarettes, and now let's go to the fountain. Oh, we've got one more person. I think the next person we find can help us with the vending machines. What do we do with the rifle?
Just couldn't mind their own business. Nice finish.
Oh, blood's spurting out as well.
You sure came a long way to rob this. This crouching's hell on my knees.
Let's just quickly check the recording as well. Yeah, so this might be two parts. I think what we'll do is we'll get the next person and I'll call it quits because because then we can do the heist bit. I'd love to get this all done in one go, but yeah, if I found my darling dearest, and I can pay some more Warhammer. It is. But that is a good get off point though. And then if I've time tomorrow morning, I might be able to finish it
Sierra
then.
Madre may wait, not me. You sure came a long way to rob this place. Guess greed is in the blood. Never should have left those stupid handprints. Dead giveaway. You sure came a long way to rob this place. Guess greed is in the blood.
I do like Dean Domino's voice actor. His lines, but that particular one's really on my tits right now.
Leave the Salida del Sol gate alone. You're not done with the villa yet, so don't stray.
You know, it is a challenge to try and kill all these guys, so I think that's what I'm gonna do.
You sure came a long way to rob this place. Guess greed is in the blood. I can help you in the cloud, not for long though. Going to need a hand here, partner. Sierra Madre is not getting any younger.
Open last lifetime. Yeah, I don't know about that. Does extra lemon damage, but that's about it. I feel like I missed something there.
What watch out if you see a prize lying around. The ghost people leave supplies as traps. This crouching's hell on my knees. Better make sure he's... poke him with a stick or something.
Oh, can't loot him, there's nothing left of him.
Sure glad one of us knows what you're doing. Those machines, Sinclair's little gifts, lasted longer than he did.
Touched by radiation.
If you need
and
food,
you choose to spend your time here,
put in a
you
chair.
could have just left.
Hold out your hand.
But you're too obsessed to let go.
I used to know a ventriloquist with more skill than you. At least he had the sense to know his own name without carving it into his chest.
Mirrors tell me my name when needed. And I have a name for you. Several. Thief, coward, showman. Radiation couldn't kill the truth, could it?
The truth, buddy, is this. You and me were now family, as long as we got these bow ties on. So watch your mouth, you don't scare me. Well now, if it isn't my ball, chain, and dog collar rolled all into one. Why? Survival. I still needed to leave the residential area to scrounge up supplies, and I don't like taking chances. The villa's dangerous, so I left weapons and stims in case I got in a tight spot. And of course you show up putting your mitts on everything. I suppose this qualifies as an emergency, so I'm not complaining. Much. I still need to eat. At least I think I do. The villa provides, even if it's not as glamorous as the Cantina Madrid. Once I, well, realized what you could scrounge up around here, I had a lot of time to experiment. Not the best chef, but, well, here's the mix, if you can stomach it. I call it a Sierra Madre martini. Scrape some cloud residue off the walls, mash it in a tin can with some junk food from the machines, then hold your nose and down it. There's electric hot plates around if you can't find a campfire to mix it at. Also, there's other recipes you can do with the cloud residue, although it might take a hardier survivalist than me to brew them. I stick to martinis.
Dana's telling you the Sierra Madre martini perk. I'd like you to mix cloud residue and drink food in a tin can and a campfire electric hot plate for a surprisingly strong restorative and disgusting drink.
Of course you do. Let's hear them. Tourists, you bet. They don't stay long, and they don't stay alive long. If they survive the cloud, the ghost people, the traps, then greed takes over, and they start sizing each other up for funeral suits. Sure, first they figure they can get out, escape. Then they start thinking it over, start thinking about how they can have it all. They start weighing the odds, taking risks, and then taking each other out. Bum collars or not. Although, It's odd. The bomb collars weren't linked before like they are now. Guess someone learned what the problem was. Dead. Either got killed by one of the villa's attractions, locals, or the beautiful weather. Can tell you right now, they didn't stick close to each other, and when they did, they let down their guard at the wrong moment. Some left signposts to others trying to help them out. Just led to them getting killed by someone a little more greedy than they were. Well, considering my life's on the line too, yeah, a few things. First off, keep everyone together. Keep checking behind you. Make sure your partners are following. Don't let them wander. Also, don't go running crazy everywhere. Almost every inch of this town is lethal. So if you're not sure, take it real slow. And speaking of slow, don't go shouting or attracting attention. Go quiet. The ghost people find you, it's over. Alive's a tricky word. The locals, the ghost people, not sure it applies to them. They're a little uncivilized. They don't talk much. As in, at all. Tried talking to them, bribing them, leaving food. Nothing. In the years since, they haven't changed their approach, but I sure have. They catch you, they drag you into the cloud, and you're not coming back out. After that, having your necktie go off would be mercy. My advice? Stay out of their way. They don't die easy. You shoot them, they get back up. You stab them, they get back up. That's why I have explosives all over this place. Unless you blow them up, chop them up, disintegrate them, the ghost people don't go down. Not enough bullets in the town to spend on them. So unless you're a real good shot, save one for yourself right before they catch you. Well, you seem like you know how to handle yourself. All right. Once I fired a lucky shot, hit a gas tank one was holding, blew his arm off at the shoulder, and he didn't get back up after that. So if you're that good, don't aim for the head, aim for their bombs. And if you can wait until his buddies are close by, even better. Friend, there's more mysteries in heaven and earth. Wait, no. There is more between heaven and earth. Oh, forget it. I'd sooner ask what makes me an undying son of a bitch than spend any thought as to why they crawl to life here. I'm counting myself lucky I still have my faculties. They sure don't. Then again, they may not have had the focus I do. Always had the Sierra Madre to keep my mind occupied. Most folks, they don't have the same drive, the same need. Not worth my time. Pretty much ghost people before the bomb, now ghost people after. Whatever we do, don't rile them up. Normally there's only a few, maybe a pack. There's more out there, a lot more. If they find out someone's trespassing, it'd be shaking a hornet's nest. Don't want to think how many of them could fill these streets. Those little company stores. Sinclair's toy boxes. Put in a casino chip, get a treat. Like you're some dog doing tricks. Take any of the casino chips, put them into the machine, and you'll get something out. A snack, a cola, something to mend a tear in your shirt. Sometimes you have to know exactly what to ask for. Other times, there's codes for, unconventional items. For emergencies. Yeah, well, machines like those weren't unusual before the bomb. Maybe to you they're amazing. To me, they're grifters without the personality.
I'd like to meet the man who invented the coin machine. He must have hated mankind and every other living thing. I bet he has a motto on his wall in prose and rhyme that says you get nothing for a nickel and twice as much for a dime. Jerry Reed, the coin machine.
Sinclair made sure if you spent money here, it went one direction. Although that's not how he described it. Called it self-sufficient. Like he was doing the residents a favor. All right. If it's an emergency, you can get chems for any, condition. Sinclair left that for doctors and trained professionals, not the common folk. Even security and maintenance could get special supplies out of them. Staff had codes on little cards they could use to unlock them. Around. Don't have much use for them myself. Not worth the risk to get them. I got all the basics covered as long as I have the chips to pay for them. I don't need much. The cloud showed up after the bomb, I think. I got used to it in small doses. Now it covers the city. Over the years, it kept climbing up out of the Sierra Madre until it was curtains for the sun. Didn't see the sky again. Doesn't seem to bother the ghost people. Can't see through it too well, though, so sometimes I can use the cloud for cover. If I get desperate. Residential area, clinic, police station. Should keep away from the police station. It's a ghost people hangout. Salida del Sol, Puesta del Sol are East Town, West Town. Sunrise and sunset. Or were when the streets and sky weren't covered with toxic gas. Ghost people don't come into the villa much. West Town and East Town, though, they're thick with the cloud and ghost people. Like hunting grounds. I'd shed a tear, but I'm sure we'll be chatting again. Well, now, if it is... You sure? I mean, look, you can't just tell me to walk now, you know. That's, well, not very friendly. I can't say it hasn't been fun. Well, I can, but I'll save it for my memoirs.
Okay. So now I gotta find a third member of our little
The villa's comm speakers have aged poorly, like the Madre. Pre-war junk. The speakers emit a signal that'll set off your caller if you stay too long. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio.
There we go.
Those comm speakers have aged poorly, like the Madre. Pre-war junk. The speakers emit a signal that'll set off your caller if you stay too long. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio.
So that's where we need to be in the clinic. Let's have some food as well. There we go. Sierra Madre Martini. So it was a tin can though. No, Francis, I'm sorry you're here. Yeah. I got those crits before it wakes up. So I do want to be in there, but not yet. Let's look around a bit more. While I am here, Food, yeah. Let's go again. Top of the stairs and out the door. Walk on that way. Just take our time. Okay, just like that. So I'm trying to think of what else has been going on in gaming news, really. Because that's what I normally do when things going on. Oh, there's been more layoffs at Embracer Group, which is of no surprise to anyone. But, yeah, of course there has been. You know, I've just given up on expecting them to be a good company anytime soon. Oh yeah, Emil, the lead writer of Starfield, has gone on Twitter to complain about how hard game dev is and we shouldn't be criticising him for it. And I don't really I get, you know, like he's very passionate about his products. I'm very defensive of my work. But the problem is that Emil doesn't seem to appreciate. I think Emil's one of these people who, like, I mean, I think he's been working at Bethesda for like 20 years, and it's like, he sounds like as if he's someone who's actually on their first job, talking about it as if it's news to anyone. Like, oh, you know, like, game development's really hard. It's like, yeah, no one's disputing that. No one's disputing that writing or programming, whatever, is hard. A lot of the criticisms, however, are like, well, you know, you still need to do better. Yeah, you know who else works hard, Emil? I do. You do if you're watching this. You know? Whoever's watching this works hard. You know? You know, it's like... And yet, you know who else works hard? Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian, the makers of this game. Which is better than Starfield, better than, you know, with better writing. You know, and here's the thing, like, I'd absolutely, like, I could take, if you had the world of New Vegas with Fallout 3's writing, including its DLC, and it was just Bethesda writing, filling in the blanks and whatnot, I'd absolutely play that game. Because Vegas, and, like in this case, the Sierra Madre, is in itself a character. So the writing can sort of carry it. So it can carry the writing. Oh, come on, this bloody lock. I don't know what it wants me to do. Should never have left home. Is that said it to them or me? But yeah. I could take Bethesda writing a lot of the time, but it's like they've really taken the piss. And the thing is, I could take a lot of the problems of Starfield. Like, I recently just, like, it crashed after basically deleting my mods. There was no update or anything, it's just my mods no longer work. I played a bit of the main missions, and it crashed. I was just like, you know what? I'm actually not that bothered. I just installed the Outer Worlds. I'll play that in the meantime. And the Outer Worlds is a game that I thought was fairly average to begin with. You know, I was unimpressed with it at launch. I mean, I'm sure if I came back to it now with a fresh state of mind, I'd enjoy it a lot more. But yeah. But I played Starfield. I was like, no. Thought that was it. But yeah, I was just crashed. I was like, well, that's it. I'm kind of done with this at this point. It was like it's the first of I think 2 or 3 crashes that I faced in my what 10 hours of playing, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not that bothered. But like, there's a lot of quests like principle. Like there was one of the first quests I did was a side quest. Like, I had to basically do something for the Trade Federation or something. And I guess I could absolutely not do the quest because it was like a bit of an evil quest, like you're smuggling art. And it's like, okay, but I don't have the option to take this to a guard or anything like that. It's like, no, you either do the quest or you don't. It's like, oh, I guess I'll do it then for the free XP. It's a role-playing game where the role-playing doesn't really matter. I suppose that's like very typical of Bethesda, where it's like, you know, like you can join all the factions and become the leader of them all. Well, yeah. But yeah, it just didn't feel quite
Picking up an emitter signature. Watch for security holograms. Dangerous. Don't shoot them. Attacking them is useless.
Okay. Just checking my phone. So I'm just letting you read all this. So it's basically explain the mechanics. So feel free to pause and read these if you want to. Okay. So let's have them patrol the second floor. So at least we can explore this place in peace. What if this was where the old man was? Let's have a look-see. Admitted 3 workers from Basta del Sol switching station. Exposed some of the identified airborne toxin from ventilation system. Cause severe lung and tissue damage. Inhalation isn't a problem. It's absorbed through the skin. Researching its effects. The gas, whatever it is, may be building up in vents beneath the town. Asked Foreman to look into the source before building inspectors do. Safety suits. Chemical suit arrived today. The bulky, hard to talk and moving. It was difficult to unlock the clasp zones in place, and I had to get one of the staff to help me out of it. I told the construction crew. Told the construction crew. Got that in the end. Keep the suits ready while working in the switcher station, and to be careful with them. We only have a limited number. I asked Sinclair to order more in the event of a leak in the villa. Prepare cost estimates for another gas leak to support my case. I didn't need to agree to a request immediately. Then I asked if I could see the workers to make sure they're alright. Okay. Let's have a look at this. A Mark 9 auto dog. I mean, he only crippled limbs, but I'd rather not. I'd say that.
Damn speakers at the end of the hall. Red light means they're shielded. Must be a way to shut them off somewhere else.
Exhaustion. Miss Key's insomnia seems to have gotten worse, so we ended up ordering the new auto-dock upgrades. Must have cost Sinclair a fortune. The new programs for the auto-docks ameliorate the effects of exhaustion. I have already spoken to the staff about the side effects and the dangers of prolonged use. Wanted to make sure they weren't using it to pull dual shifts. Sinclair asked if these codes could be downloaded into the public dispensers. The codes aren't compatible, unfortunately. He said he'd look into it. Guess his contacts in Big Mountain, another place we'll learn about soon, will be getting a call soon. Okay, so the basement's where I want to be because if security's upstairs, we should be able to explore downstairs rather safely. Yeah, so to Bethesda, like, I'm just like, you know, I'm totally unsurprised at their conduct again, but it's like they keep doubling down on this stuff. Okay. So shut down the speakers so we can get to where we need to. Before he looks disoriented and pained, he blinks a few times. You are right. He looks at you, blinks again, now opens her mouth. Nothing comes out. She touches the throat, then traces the scar beneath the chin, her eyes widen in alarm. Somebody quick your vocal cords. She looked shaken. She glances at the other doctor, calls and her mouth open, but again, nothing comes out. She looks back at you, her hands clasped into fist, her eyes narrow, she takes a step back. This is what it looks like. The woman opens her mouth again, winces, then frowns and drags her finger across her throat in slow motion. She looks more angry and points at you. Frowning, she touches her throat again gently, her hand brushes her collar as she frown deepens. As her frown deepens. Her eyes narrow, she traces the edges of the collar until it finds a lock. She begins to press it with her fingers. It's a bone collar, most of it will go off. She looks surprised, then notices your collar, raises an eyebrow. Shit, we need to move. Let's just say we're in this together. She frowns over her eyes and then she shakes her head. If your colour goes off, mine goes off. It's better if we go out together. She shakes her head again and draws a line in the air between the two of you. Look, together we can work it out. We can get out of this. She shakes her head. Once then crosses her arms. Look, I'm not trying to order you, but your life is tied to mine. She frowns, glances at her collar, looks back at you. She makes a circle with her hands, puts her hand over her eyes, and squints. She nods at you, and lowers her hand from her eyes, shakes her head, shows a slow note to you. You're looking for something else. Fine, I can help you. She says to you again, then her expression softens slightly. She shakes her head slowly and gives a silent sigh. She nods at you, then raises an eyebrow, and nods at the door. Alright, come on, me. Okay. Christine is giving you the signal interference back. This back grants you a short period of time near a speaker before your bomb collar starts to activate, as well as increasing the amount of time before your bomb collar detonates by 50%. Oh, lovely. Buyers and scan. Right, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. I don't think I'm going to be doing any painting tonight. So. Christine crouches down. Right. It's the gauge speaker. If we stay too long near one, it'll go off. Just door and closes the handrail first. So to call an opposite really fast. You can I like this. Explosives, intelligence, science. Good. Okay. Great, how romantic. Let's see if we can't sneak on by these holograms. Get upstairs and explore. Disable the hologram emitter. Nice. My health is really low, so I'm gonna have to have some stuff, I think. Also make some Sierra Madre martini as well. There we go. Yeah, I'm not playing tonight. Medics. Yes. Sponsor codes. Codes for the public dispensers arrived today. Sinclair instructed us in their use in case of emergency. Should be able to get stims and other treatment from machines. Sinclair indicated they could dispense more based on the nature of the medical emergency or subject's condition. Among the codes, he kept asking if we could make sure the code of medics was backed up. Must have said it 3 times. I don't think he realised it. Must be stress. Make a backup code in this terminal just in case. Wonder if Sinclair was addicted to medics. I mean, this whole thing gives me Bioshock vibes. But I think Sinclair was a... Is it Frank Sinclair? He was like a major player. I probably will do a Let's Play of that at some stage. It's a very good game. Mentats, nice. Chief Physician's Office. Two terminals, okay. Appointment calendar. Sinclair Miss Keys transferred to Sierra Madre. Sinclair Miss Keys transferred to Sierra Madre. Domino Miss Keys transferred to Chief Positions Terminal. Sinclair. Where's moving 1 out to Dr. Casino and scheduling visits. Correct. Miss Keys showed up to say, sans Sinclair, escorted by Mr. Domino. He explained to me that Miss Keys had developed a throat infection and asked if the auto doc could help. I asked about the Sierra Madre's auto doc. He said he didn't want to alarm Sinclair. Ran some tests, Miss Keys' voice is fine, her loss of her voice is more listlessness, symptomatic excessive use of medics usage. When I tried to speak to her about it, Mr. Domino intervened. I warned them too much of the chem could render the subject comatose, and Domino left. I almost lost my temper, and he said they'd return another time when he was in bitter spirits. Despise that man. Pleasant visit. Domino stopped by to ask about the test results of Vera's voice. He seemed concerned she would lose her voice at the gala event. I told him if Miss Keens was concerned, she should see me, and I would only disclose any medical information to her. I told him the orthodox were more than capable of healing Miss Keens' voice if she had developed any throat infection, and we could operate if need be, if she tore her larynx. She seemed satisfied for the news, apologised, amazingly enough, and left with a bottle of wine as a token of his appreciation. I told him I thought it was appropriate, insisted, dumped it in the trash. Hmm. Well. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things in, like, Starfield that I didn't really like, but it was most things like, you can't do anything really sensible. As such, like, you really don't get any options in that game. And, it likes to tie you down. It really do. Those spears are not screwing around, are they? Well, that worked just as well. Basically kill myself with that, but there you go. So yeah, so there's a lot of things in that game that I just don't get. And I think other people have had the right idea as well of asking, like, you know, they've worked hard on making a game that nobody wanted. I don't think it's necessarily just a game that nobody wanted, it's... Okay, I don't really need all of these things, do I? Yeah, I don't want to use up all my guns. Okay, my hollow rifle's got a bit more ammo, so let's use that instead.
Don't go through the gate to Puesta del Sol yet. Gather the others first.
If that gate's locked, I'm guessing we haven't been here yet. Humans as goodies here. Okay, there's a cloud in there. What? Okay, I've got stim packs. Okay, what's actually in here? I'm gonna run to this side first. Look. Okay. Gonna run to the closet. Check out the fridge. Go open the door. Okie dokie. That's pretty much this place explored then. Fucking traps, Jesus Christ. It's very well done how they've done the sign language. I actually roleplayed a weak character in World of Warcraft, which is actually quite fun. So there's great risk here. We can't let be 2 people. More besides. But you get a lot of chips. Not waste now on roaches. But yeah, I get that game dev is hard, but sorry, you know, it's like there's so many other people out there who work hard and have made better games in less time with smaller budgets and less experience. So, and I think honestly that Emil really is holding down the writing. I don't think it helps as well that like he insults the player base by saying things like, I did a GDC talk, a Game Developers Conference talk, where he goes on about like, you know, oh, the story doesn't really matter because people are too busy picking up duct tape in Fallout 4. It's like, you could do that in this game and I'd still be wrapped by the story because it's so good. If people are doing that, like maybe the problem is with you and not the game itself. But let's have a talk, if you can. Those facial scars weren't done by the auto-doc. The throat scar was. I'm gonna have to let you read this because I can't repeat it all. I can't restore your voice. We need a real auto-doc for that. I don't understand why they shaved you bald. Wait, the auto-doc didn't shave you bald? Alright, I want to hear this. You were bald before? Wait, that's a Brotherhood of Steel symbol. I can use my reputation to the Brotherhood of Steel, I'll do that. How the hell did you get out of here? Where were you before? You're looking for something. You were over the moon. Looking for someone? Ah. Or a woman. You're looking for a woman. But, okay, so you know a woman. But, a man. Angry bearded man. Looking for a man in a vault. Not smart. And nuts. Sounds like pretty important to surveil this person. He cut you off from someone. Family, husband. Ah, even more so a husband. Okay. Oh, girlfriend. What, your wife? Where's that? Well, the girlfriends. Lovers. Give me a little credit. You think I don't understand that? I understand how important it can be. What is transitory, or ended in gunfire? Alright. I understand how important love one can be. How did you get out of here? So the colours are wrong, we can just leave. If we're saying it's difficult to return here if we leave. To return it here if I leave. Not you. Why can't you find your way back? You aren't going to leave. You're trying to bring it to the casino. Did you end up with yours back? Did you get gassed like I did? You wanna know how I got here? I thought I was ready a signal here. A woman's voice. Couldn't even tell you why I just did. If I could leave, I would. Me, what about you? I could leave, I would. Can you go again some other way? Can you right? It's nothing to do with the sagery. That's a specific form of brain surgery using electrodes. Pre-war. Electric shock therapy. Mathrath. Oh, that's it. It says a math, that's good to hear. Well, I can use a Mathrath pack. Of all things. Great, see, this is cool. I like this, where you can use perks that ordinarily wouldn't do this. So I think Mathrath is basically where you reduce the cost of action points with your Pip-Boy by 10%. And yeah, it brings up dialogue. Doesn't do anything, but it's nice to know. That's awesome. You can make more of those workbench with the right materials. You need a battery, efficient battery, and scrap metal. You can counterfeit the chips. You just managed to do it. Okay, so we can make Sierra Madre chips. Little slugs at workbenches use efficient batteries and scrap metal. Okay, so the gang's all here.
If it isn't the clever...
Right. Unfortunately, dog might come out now. So let's see it.
Good. Well done. Now for the festivities and your part in all this. The owner of the Sierra Madre, for whatever reason, keyed the grand opening to the gala event itself. It needs to be fired off in order for the casino doors to open. As I've discovered, one person can't do it. So get your team into position indicated on your Pip-Boy, then trigger it properly. You're so close now, don't let me down. Otherwise, I'll have to rely on the next team.
How am I supposed to get to the markers on my map?
I've unlocked the west and east gates to Puesta del Sol and Salida del Sol. Now that you've survived the villa, I need to get to my position. You don't need me to hold your hand anymore. I'll keep monitoring you via the transceivers through the villa. If I need to offer guidance, I will. A display of lights, fireworks, music in the streets, a pre-war festival to mark the casino's opening. The bomb struck first. It is of no consequence, only firing the event is. Get the three in position, then travel to your position in Salida del Sol and trigger the gala. After that, the real work begins. Perhaps you think this is a simple robbery, a cheap casino heist. No, this is a heist of the centuries. We're not plundering Sierra Madre. We're plundering history, taking from the old world itself. It won't let its secrets go easily, not without a fight. I wouldn't expect anything less. I'd suggest taking the FEV reject to his position first. Although you may need his brutality and strength elsewhere first. As easy as the villa was to navigate, the outlying areas of the villa are far more dangerous, thicker with the ghost people, traps, and toxins. Use your team as I use you. Listen to your caller. Watch where you step. You're no use to me dead.
Okay. And with that, strike up the band. Then we're going to end our video. So, thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, it's definitely, and I look forward to doing the next part of this. And yeah, hopefully the games industry cannot piss me off for just one evening. Can we do that, industry? Please. Thank you. Take care. It's Tavernier.